Mario Party 10 was recently announced to be released on March 20th, and I am so hyped for that game. So, I decided to count down my favorite minigames from the other games I've played. Then, once I'm finished with that, I'll do one for Mario Party 10. I so hope it won't be as big of a disappointment as Island Tour. I will, unfortunately, not be doing Mario Party 1, 2, or 3 because I have not played those games at all. For this video, I present to you Top 10 Mario Party 4 minigames. Now for the rules. I excluded any minigames that are unlocked with special requirements. For example, all minigames unlocked via story mode. I also excluded any extra room minigames. Otherwise, all minigames are go, and these are my favorites. The world-famous darts player lines up his shot. He pulls back his arm and... Wait, why is the dartboard spinning? Darts of Doom is a game of quick timing. As the name implies, you're playing darts with a twist. Ha! Get it? Because the thing is spinning, it's twisting. No? What? Never mind. The twist is, instead of trying to get the most points to win, you are trying to not get the least points to not lose. Which, if you think about it, is the same thing. It just doesn't matter if you win. There's also another twist, and I quote, "If you get a bullseye, you're toast." You don't really get to aim the darts yourself, though. The three cursors just randomly move around the dartboard and you press A to shoot them. What makes this minigame fun for me is the tension that takes place during the game, especially if you are the last person to go, because you're worried if you got enough points or not. Also, is the Mario characters with just white eyes not some of the creepiest things in this game? Ouch. You know those prize claws that are almost everywhere, it seems? You know how you never win with those? Well, if that was the case in this minigame, it would be a lot harder for the single person. Normally, a 1 vs 3 minigame is more fun for either the single player or the 3 players, but Blame It on the Crane is equally fun for me no matter which position I'm in. The single player takes on the role of a crane operator trying to capture the other 3 players inside Capsule Ball. Hey, it's Super Monkey Ball! I love that game! Oh, wait. No, it's not. The 3 players can control which way their ball moves as to avoid the crane's claw. The single player can also extend and contract the claw to nab the other 3 players. This would be not as fun if it had a shorter time limit. Fortunately, this minigame lasts for a full minute, meaning the trio will have to dodge the crane many times, and the crane gets plenty of chances to grab them. Surprisingly, it's not all that swayed toward either side. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to play some Super Monkey Ball. Gosh dang it, I hate this level! Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right! I hope you have good hand-eye coordination. Reverse-a-Bomb is the most frantic minigame on this list. Teams of 2 take up positions on either side of a row of bombs. The bombs then split and march to either side. As any person with common sense would know, avoid getting blown up. Fortunately, you can press the arrow buttons on your side to send the bomb marching toward the other team. If a bomb reaches your side, well, it ain't pretty. Another added effect is if you are standing in front of the row when the bomb explodes, you are stunned momentarily, giving your partner a tougher job. What I like best about this minigame is just the frantic nature of it. You're constantly pressing buttons, and if you don't pay attention to just one of the lanes, that could cost you the game. Once your team takes 10 hits, you're toast. Ice cream, hamburgers, and french fries, oh my! Corn dogs, milkshakes, and a really unrealistic representation of how a fast food restaurant works, oh my! If you're training for working at McDonald's, please don't use this minigame as advice. In Order Up, 2 teams race to see who can fill the Toad's order the quickest. You are positioned next to a round table consisting of 10 items of food that are then covered and proceed to spin around. The Toad will place his order and it's a race to uncover the correct food items. The strategy is trying to memorize what the food items are before the coverings prevent you from seeing them. It's a game of memorization, speed, and skill. I really don't have much to say about this minigame, other than I'm suddenly dying to go to McDonald's. Strange. Being an artistically challenged person when it comes to free drawing, I didn't think I would have liked a minigame about drawing. Competitive drawing, though, that's something a little different. Start! Trace race is self-explanatory. Players take a giant crayon and attempt to trace over a given line the most accurately. Whoever is the most accurate wins. Now, if there's one thing an artist doesn't like, it's being rushed. Unfortunately, you kind of have to rush during this minigame because the screen will consistently scroll right, pushing you along with it. I'm not really sure where the fun truly is in this game. Perhaps it's the feeling of, I can do better when you find out your score. Maybe it's the buildup of suspense when the game is calculating your score. Or maybe it's just so darn annoying when you get a score of 99! Do you wanna build a snowman? No. Do you wanna no. Do you? No! Stop! Why? 'Cause the snowman will kill me, that's why! Mr. Blizzard's Brigade is where snowmen turn evil. Players are placed on a slippery ice rink with snowmen throwing snowballs at players in an attempt to freeze them. However, simply running back and forth won't protect you in this minigame. The snowmen are surprisingly smart and learn how you tend to move. Always use erratic movements to throw off their calculations. For me, the harder the computers, or better my friends are at this game, the more fun it is, because as the time goes on, more and more snowmen get built, making it a lot crazier. Around 35 seconds, the mama snowman will wake up and throw a giant snowball on the stage, which is very hard to dodge if you're just running back and forth, too. Unfortunately, now that Frozen is out, I don't think I'll be able to play this minigame without thinking of that song. Ugh. It's an Indiana Jones-looking treasure hunt meets Mario Party, and boy is it fun! Stop! Team Treasure Trek is simple in theory. Find the question mark block, get part of the treasure, and meet up with your partner once they've gotten the other part. You're also in a maze, and it matters what color you get, otherwise it would be easier. It's also surprisingly difficult to find your partner in the maze, let alone the box. Thankfully, they show you a quick overview of the maze before the minigame starts. I really don't know what makes this minigame so much fun for me. I just like the competitiveness of the game, racing to complete the chest before the other team. I just like it, okay? So sue me. The perfect location for a relaxing day. A big slab of igneous rock surrounded by sharp rocks with cracks that lava shoots through. Oh, and did I mention the rampaging chain chomp? Because there's a rampaging chain chomp. Stop! The most fun you'll ever have while having the threat of being killed. Chain Chomp Fever is a 60-second game of heart-pumping action. Players are dumped into an arena where a Chain Chomp has been set loose and is bent on destroying every single one of you. The Chain Chomp will spin around and target someone on the stage and move in a straight path toward them, destroying the wall at the end of its path, stunning it momentarily. Once the wall starts to deteriorate, if Chain Chomp hits a part of the side with no wall, he will immediately target someone else, meaning that as the fight goes on, it gets harder. Not to mention more and more flames will leap out from beneath your toes. It's quite difficult to survive the full 60 seconds, so it ends up coming down to who can last the longest. You know, I bet that Chain Chomp is just misunderstood. I think he's like one of those big dogs that look mean and menacing, but is really just a... Nope, he's mean. Your most dangerous enemy lurks in your home at this moment. You think you're safe? Oh no, it knows your every move. You think you read it, but it can read you. It is a book. Stop! Who knew books were this dangerous? Of course, anything is dangerous when you're only an inch tall. Bookscrimmer is quite possibly the most addicting game in Mario Party 4 because you can always do better. Kind of like Flappy Bird. But anyway, in this minigame, you must avoid being squashed by the pages of Robin's spellbook. Fortunately, there are celestial-shaped holes in the book that you can sneak through. Last person standing wins. But what's interesting about this minigame is it never ends. Well, until 3 people are squashed, but the point is, there is no timer. so conceivably you could go as long as you want if you and a friend are experts at this minigame. Now, a tactical and wise person would be content just keeping to themselves, but what a normal person does is sabotage, as in pushing people out of the hole just as the page falls down, and often ending up getting squashed yourself. Gosh dang it! I'm sure anyone can guess what my number 1 minigame is by now. It's the one game I have yet to find anyone that dislikes it, and even know people who also say this is their favorite Mario Party 4 minigame, let alone best minigame of all time! And that is... wait a second. That can't be right. Whoops, wrong script. That would be the worst minigame. The best Mario Party 4 minigame, in my opinion, is Dungeon Duos. First, a quick synopsis of what this game includes. Button mashing, more button mashing and platforming, more button mashing and platforming, luck, more luck, and finally, button mashing. But in all seriousness, this game is wicked fun. In a race to escape a dungeon, players must cooperatively lower gates for your teammate to get past, spin platforms around so you can cross a pit, find the correct pipe to lead you to the next room, and blow up a hot air balloon to get out. It's the most fun you'll ever have in a 2 vs 2 minigame, as you have to rely heavily on your teammate to get you safely through the obstacles. This game is truly a test of teamwork and everything that makes up a Mario Party minigames. I'm FanaticMarioMan, and thank you for watching this video. Mario Party 5 minigames on the way. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave a comment below. I always love reading them. Have a good day.